Hey everyone. For this episode, we looked at two different boxing games. We looked at Ring King and Evander Holyfield's boxing. These are a little bit different, as I actually liked both of these games, as opposed to with Punch Out and Buster Douglas, where I thought Buster Douglas wasn't very good. Evander Holyfield is probably my favorite out of the two of them, and it's the one that I have the most experience with. I played this one a lot when I was a kid, and it's kind of got that nostalgia factor. I played it more than the other three boxing games I've done for this so far, so it's a game that I really like. So it's not really something that I liked more or liked less than the others. I would put it up there with Punch Out as the games that I enjoyed the most playing. Ring King, it was fine, but it was a little bit weird. It was sort of like that middle ground in between cartoonish and realistic graphics. Anyway, let's check the games out really quick, and then I'll jump back and tell you some more stuff.
Stop the fight!
So yeah, you can see both games sort of try to do like a 3D thing. Ring King pulls it off a lot better because it's sort of like, it's not really exactly an isometric view, but it's sort of like a tilted angle view, so you're not looking straight down. You can kind of see a little bit more of the sprites. And Evander Holyfield fakes the 3D thing by sort of having the camera like move around as you sort of scroll back and forth. You can kind of see it if you look up at the very top of the screen. You sort of have that camera that's swinging around on the box up there. Ring King pulls it off a lot better. Evander Holyfield still feels like just a 2D fighter when you're playing that, but not really like a great one because you really only have a couple of punches, really. You sort of have that lean down one, which I ended up doing a lot because, again, I'm a little bit out of practice and I was a little bit rusty with that. Ring King, I found those a little bit more frustrating and whatnot, but it was just sort of a personal preference with me. Both games are really good. They got a lot of detail out of their sprites. Evander Holyfield's has much bigger ones, so they were able to do more. And again, Ring King went with that more cartoonish look, which works a lot better on the NES. So yeah, both of them have like some really interesting like transition scenes. Like as you go on in Evander Holyfield, you get basically Evander Holyfield talking trash to you, which is kind of fun to see. And then in Ring King, I'm not really sure what the heck is going on with their transitions, especially in like the training spots. It looks really weird. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm guessing the trainer is. I honestly don't know. What I really like are the knockdown scenes in Ring King. Those are really great, and yeah, it's kind of weird like that. I'm really not very good at Ring King, but it was still kind of fun to see that stuff. One thing I don't like about Ring King is just the palette swaps and whatnot.
Knockout.
So anyway, final thoughts on that. Both games are really good. I still personally like Evander Holyfield's boxing better. Just again, personal preference. I think they did more with what they had. You have a really good like creative fighter screen, and it feels a lot better, and it's a little bit smoother gameplay and whatnot. Ring King, what I don't like is how you just kind of have palette swaps for the other fighters. If there is like more variety in like the different boxers, I didn't actually see it, as it really kind of looks like they just took one boxer and just did palette swaps for him. That works for the NES, but you have to remember like there are other things out, like Power Punch 2 had different opponents. Obviously, Punch-Out had different opponents as well. It just kind of feels a little bit weird and kind of cheap the way they did it. So I don't really know what else I have to say about them. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I think I'm going to do 2 different games, though. I'm probably going to do do a couple of side scrollers and just kind of compare those. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and talk to you later.